Hello, hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Good morning. I'm gonna come on in for a few just to speak to you guys on something. Happy Thursday. Hey, Miranda. Greetings. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's having a beautiful, lovely morning. Hope you already went to the gym and get your stuff going on. My workout was great, Christine. It was great. It was short. It was 25 minutes. But it worked. It worked. Hey, Jamisha. It worked. I did it 25 minutes and then I had to rush home for my meeting. Lynette, how you doing? Hey, Lyle, what's going on? Hey, Miko. La Franz, long time no see. How you doing? Listen, I was thinking about this. I think many of us, I get many people telling me all the time, Kirk, people take advantage of me because, hey, Resilient, because, I am loving and I am very forgiving. I asked somebody once about their weakness, and they told me that their weakness is they are too forgiving and they love too easily. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. Don't let this world make you hard. You can't make this world and what people do make you hard so that you stop, so that you become just like them. Don't let people make you become just like them. And I know sometimes it's frustrated. It's very frustrating sometimes because you love. Hey, Empress, good morning. Sometimes you love, as you call it, you love everybody and you forgive them fast or quickly, and you can't stay angry at people. And many of us think that that's a flaw. And it's not a flaw, it's a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. But understand, with that gift comes many things that we think is bad. With that gift comes a lot of pain, right? With that gift, see, when you have the ability to when you give easily forgiveness, and when you love, and when you are soft, and your heart is open, and you are forgiving, and you are kind, and that's who you are, that comes with a lot of downfall. And it's not downfall, but it comes with a lot of people who are going to try to take advantage of you. People are going to try to take advantage of you. They're going to try to use you and abuse you, it seems like it. They're going to not take you seriously. They're going to always go and come. Hey, Aquafina. They're going to come to your life and then they're going to always leave. And it always end up with you feeling like you're being used and taken for granted. That nobody loves you, that you don't get you don't get what you are given. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you guys, don't let the world make you become hard like people. Don't let them make you be hard. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, Gerald. Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't let them make you be hard, because you become like them. You become, and that's the point. If you become like them, then you are doing this to other people. If you become just like them, then you are against your nature. You are against your. Can you all see me still? Hey, Starburst, how are you doing? Don't let people make you feel like you're hard. Let me tell you, but the thing that you have to understand, right? Can you all see me still? Let me make sure you all can see me. Okay, I'm still there. Okay, thank you, Miranda. What we have to understand, what we have to learn though, is discipline. We have to have discipline, right? I think that's a fraud. Thank you, thank you for blacking that. We have to learn discipline, and we have to understand that this comes with the territory. We have to know that this comes with the territory. We have to know, especially when we love, especially in relationships, especially when you forgive them, because sometimes when you forgive people, man, listen, when you are a person that's easily forgiven, people gonna keep doing stuff, don't they? They're gonna keep doing things. It's gonna seem like they never stop. And it's like we get so frustrated and angry because we think, why can't you be like me? Why can't you realize that I love you? Why can't you realize that I am good at, I'm still here? Why can't you do and treat me the way how I treat you? Why can't you give me grace? And sometimes it's hard to meet those people just like you, because a lot of times they don't exist. Not like you. But what you have to learn is discipline. What you have to learn is that people are not you. You cannot expect you from people. And when you learn this, you cannot expect you from people. Don't make them hard in your heart. Don't make them hard in your heart. Don't make people hard in your heart, because when you begin to do that, Lord, life becomes even more life becomes even more hard for you. I think in this world, if you can remain soft, you win. If you can remain loving, you got it. If you can remain peaceful, you will always win. And when people seems like they keep doing the same things to you because you are forgiven, when it seems like people keep hurting you because you are loving, when it seems like people keep rejecting you because you are kind and people keep taking advantage of you, it is life showing you you don't have to change and be hard. It's change and have discipline. Create boundaries. I think many times, if you are that person that I'm speaking of, that soft, loving, calm person, boundaries is the key. Boundaries is a very important key. Boundary doesn't say I'm gonna hate you because you left or because you leave. Boundaries don't say if you walk out of my life I'm gonna hate you. Boundaries say let me protect myself because I understand I'm a giver. Now we have many people who are givers, natural givers, and we give and we give and we give and we give. And you notice that when you are givers, you don't want to take either. A lot of times when you realize that you are a giver, now when you realize that you are a giver, it is so hard to receive because you feel guilty. Sometimes you feel guilty. And sometimes you choose the people that you have to always give to. Do you all notice that? Yeah, La France. When you realize that you are a giver, you always find the people in your life is the ones that you always have to give to. They never give to you. Hey Ali, how you doing? You've never find people who are given to you. And it makes you frustrated. It makes you want to stop. It makes you want to stop doing for people. It makes you want to stop giving people because naturally it's frustrating. But you have to understand this is where boundaries and discipline comes in. Those two things govern a lot. Those two things says a lot. Those two things has to actually be a part of your diet, your daily activity. Listen, sometimes it feels, I'm not saying no because I hate you. I'm saying no because I can't. I'm not supposed to. Yeah. The alchemist, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying no, but listen, some of us, the ones who are givers, we can't say no. And if you say no, the people, you might be afraid of the people might leave you. I feel like I'm from a different planet my whole life. I've learned later in my years that I have to slow down who I give to. If you never give to me, I still love you. Yeah, I do set boundaries. That's when all hell breaks loose and they start rumors. Yeah, that is true. Listen, Miranda, but that's facts. But that's how it is. But this is how we have to protect ourselves. And it's not that people, listen, and you know what though, to be honest, let's be honest. Sometimes it's human nature to be ungrateful because sometimes we even become the ungrateful ones. I mean, let's be honest. Look at us. We are healthy. Life is going. Life is flowing. We have the breath, but we are still ungrateful for the things that hasn't happened yet. Sometimes we are still ungrateful for the things that didn't. The things that we don't have yet, and we become ungrateful because we want life to give us all these accessories and all these additional things, and sometimes we forget to be grateful. Naturally, man, naturally, a lot of us, when we are giving loving people, we're gonna attract people. And when people meet people like you, they don't know how to treat you. They don't know how to do it. Thank you, Epic Champ. They don't know how to receive you. And so they begin to take from you because they don't understand. Listen, maybe I should give you sometimes. Because naturally, sometimes the givers are never given. The givers, when you become a giver, listen, people don't ask you if you're okay. You all notice that, man? People don't be asking you if you're okay. People don't ask you, do you need help? People don't ask you, people don't make you, listen, they don't give you a phone call and say, hey, everything good? Because you're the one who always giving. And sometimes you get so angry and you get so frustrated, right? Hey, Morocco, sometimes you get so frustrated with that because nobody ever asked me or blessed me. But understand, when you are a giver, the reason why you are able to give, man, is because the Creator provides. The Creator provides, man. Sometimes I have to remind myself, God provides all my needs. Seriously. God provides all my needs. Focus on your goals. Indeed, indeed. God provides all my needs. And sometimes the love that you desire from people don't come from people. It comes from the creator. You know, when you are a person who is a loving person, you can't look for that back in return. Because the frequency of love is God's anyways. It's God's. It comes from the creator. And so we are so connected to the creator that love happens naturally. And that's why we are able to do it. We are so connected to the creator and we don't understand how much of a blessing that is. We don't remember how much of a blessing that is to be directly connected to the creator, that love is in our hearts. And so when people mistreat us or disrespect us, we think it's a punishment. We think it's a curse. We think it's a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. So let me remind you guys today, man, when you are the soft, loving, kind, forgiving person, stay that way. Stay that way. Stay that way. Seriously, stay that way. Be that way. That's a blessing to be this way, especially in this reality, in this society, in this day and age. Don't be hard. Don't be hard. A lot of times, the ones who become hard is because they are fearful. The ones who become hard are fearful. They're scared. So therefore, that's a shell that they put on. They put on a front. I was telling somebody, I was talking to them earlier, and I was saying at a certain point, like us right now, I'm 44 years old next week. I'm 44 next week, and I realize many of us are in our 40s here, 50s, 30s, late 30s. You realize that at this point in our lives, if you can stand, you got the will. Facts. Facts. If you can stand, you got the will. Hey, Olisa. Indeed. Yeah, don't fall for your shortcomings. Indeed, you know, listen, in our 40s, I went no contact with my mom years ago, and she took me to court to take custody of my oldest daughter, accused me of the things that were, wow. So sorry to hear that, man. So sorry to hear that. I was talking earlier today, I said, you know, at a certain point in our lives, we have to stop fighting. Hey, Tabby, we have to stop fighting. It's no longer fighting anymore. Sometimes you have to become aware. You have to become aware now. This is not our fighting age. It's our awareness age. It's not time to fight anymore. Fighting is too much energy. We get tired too fast. We stay drained. We stay uncomfortable. We stay just, we sleepy. We fighting everything, man. We fighting everything. And we are fighting so much. And many times, right? Man, listen, I don't, you mean like fighting physically or fighting these? You know, many times what we fight is our emotions. What we fight is our own selves. We fight what we are. We fight accepting what we are, what we look like. We fight, what, Koala. You know, one thing about, you remember being young? You know, you remember being young and, you know, you hate how you look. You hate your voice. You know, you hate your shape. You hate your nose. You hate your height. You know what I mean? You hate your height. It's so much things. And that's what we fight the most. I mean, believe it or not, that's what we fight the most. We fight who we are. We fight our emotions. We fight our feelings. We fight our bodies. We just fight. Because if we look at what we are fighting don't change. It always stays there. Because the thing is, we are just fighting. We are tired of fighting ourselves. We do something, we don't like it. It was the wrong decision, and we fight that. We fight that we made the wrong decision. We fight that we met the wrong person. We fight that we married the wrong person. We fight that we let somebody hurt us. We fight that we allow this. We're not fighting anything. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the alchemist. What we fighting, we don't have any power over. This is the time where we have to accept. This is a time when this is our 40s, man. Listen, when you turn 40, I realized when I turned 40, man. When I turned 40, this is me. Listen, this is me. See, my nose is my nose. My hair is my hair. My height is my height. I have about 50 years to go. Hopefully. 50 more years or more. Why keep fighting it? Seriously. Why am I fighting it for? I'm gonna have to live with it. I'm gonna have to live with this. So let me accept it. And when you accept it, you see, man, listen, you see how beautiful you become. Thank you, my VI. You see how beautiful you really are. And then when you can accept what you are, you can see clearly outside. See, many of us can't see outside because we can't see past ourselves. We can't see past our own judgments, our own bad feelings, our own insecurities, our own doubts. And therefore, we just can't. Your shape can change with the workout. Facts. That is true. Many things that we can change, Many things we can change. We just choose not to. But we have to, man, we have to remember. We have to remember. Don't let the world change you. Stop fighting. We can't fight anymore. Facts doesn't make mistakes. We can't listen. Ain't you tired of fighting? Ain't we tired? At a certain point, you realize holding a grudge is just useless. Holding a grudge is just you. Holding a grudge. Listen, I can't hold a grudge anymore. It's too heavy. Yeah, you all know how heavy a grudge is, man. Listen, these grudges are so heavy to be carrying in our spirit. At 40 years old, we can't live a grudge. We can't lift grudges anymore. To lift them grudges, boy, you be like, oh my God. I have no, listen, comment. When I tell you I have no one fighting me, I have awareness now. When you are aware, you see things coming. And when you see things coming, if you don't want it, you dodge. You move. You dodge. You see things coming and you dodge them. You see somebody walking up to you and you don't want them to bump into you, you move. Even when listen, sometimes that person ain't watching where he's going. Sometimes that person ain't watching where they're going. Right? Sometimes that person ain't watching where they're going. You watching where you're going, but if you don't move, they bump into you, it hurts. It hurts. Sometimes you ain't watching where you going, they ain't watching where they're going, and bam, it's a collision. Now you have to be strong to overcome the pain. See, now imagine this. Imagine if you see where you're going, and the ones who are not paying attention coming towards you, you get time to move because you are aware. You see, what we are fighting is our own selves. What we are fighting is our unconsciousness. That's what we're fighting. Exactly, Aquafina. That's what we are fighting, our unconsciousness. But when you become conscious, driving and you about hit your windshield, you duck. I'm serious. What we're doing is fighting ourselves. Stop fighting yourself. Become aware of your life. Become aware of this life. Once you become aware of this life, listen, you let people be who they are. They can't bump into you. You let people walk their routes. You let them speak how they speak. I think we try so hard to make people speak and match how we speak. We try so hard. Hey, V. Jones, what's going on, Andy? Sometimes we try so hard to have people to believe what we believe. And if they don't believe what we believe, we're anxious. We don't want to adapt. We just want to. Sometimes you have to let things be. It's hard to let go. It's very hard because it's what you've been believing all your life. But let me tell you this. When you begin to let people be who they are, you see the beauty in them. You see their purpose. You can't see their purpose. Yeah, no, you can't see their purpose because you want to form them like you God. You want to form them in your image. This is what we do. As human beings, we are trying to form people's opinions, form people's behaviors, form people like we are God. And when we can't form them the way how we think they need to be, then we suffer. Do you notice that we are suffering every day because people are giving us all these things? You know what we spoke about a few weeks ago? What we spoke about a few weeks ago is this. I've learned sometime when you hit 40 years old, man, when you hit 40 years old, 35, 30, when you hit 40 years old, one thing that you have to learn? We spoke about this before. One thing that you have to learn is you don't have to accept everything you don't have to accept everything. You don't have to accept every gift. If somebody walk out and say, F you, you can take it or you can just refuse it. But if you refuse it, it's back to the sender. can't change people. Facts, Yvonne. You have to understand. Yeah, yeah, Jamisha. You have to understand when people give you all these gifts, and you don't understand people carrying these things and they don't like them. Then the average person will give a stranger the things that they don't want. They will give the strangers the clothes they don't want, the foods they don't want, the money that they don't have no use for. They will give the strangers anything that they don't want because they don't have a need for it. If we understand that when people give you all these words and anger and these emotions, it's because they don't want it. They don't want it. So they're giving you these gifts. Oh, they're carrying this weight and they want to put it on you. You ain't shit, right? We hear these. You ain't nothing. You ain't shit. You're so stupid. And they want to take it off them because that's their words. And they want to put it on you. And now you when you receive it, now you suffer. Now you begin to carry, both you are carrying the same burden. Have you ever seen two men carry a casket? We have to learn what to take and what to leave. We have to learn what to take. If I don't take it, like the monk said, if you give me a gift, if you give someone a gift and the person don't take it, who does the gift belong to? And this is something that we have to remember. If you give somebody a gift and the person does not take it, who does the gift belong to? Stop taking those gifts. Learn to ignore the negative, but people spew because I know. Facts. Trying to love others that don't appreciate or genuinely reciprocate the love. Yeah. I'm telling you, many of us, thank you, Canadian Tiger, many of us are taking everything that we are given, but it's not ours. But when you take those things belong to them. They know, listen, they know how to take these things. They know how to deal with these things. You don't know how to deal with these things that they are giving you. So now you feel weird. When you take these gifts, man, listen, when you take these gifts, you begin to feel confused. Your energy is shifted. Your energy feels all these emotions and all this anxiety because that's not your gift. That is not your gift. Give people back. Sometimes you got to say no, thank you. When people give you some food, if a stranger give you candy, you say no, thank you. Don't you? Because you don't know what they put in the candy, right? You don't know what they put in the candy. You don't know if they meant something good by it. So when somebody gives you some words of negativity or whatever they call it, anger, resentment, listen, no thank you. But some of you wondering why and how dare you, what did I do? And then you take it. And when you take that gift, now you suffering. Now you can't sleep. Now you up all night. Now you pass that gift to your kids. Now you bring that gift home and give it to your son. Your son just asks you, Mama, you okay? And now you going off at your son. You going off at your kids because you are taking a gift that don't belong to you. We have to stop. Yeah, you carry no guilt. Miranda, we have to stop. We have to. Why do I feel like I'm invisible to everybody? Papi Miggy, what's your favorite color? Do you like blue? Like an older brother I never had. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. I appreciate it. Easier when you can accept they didn't mean well. Yeah. I love your analogies. I'm going to start just saying no. Yes. No, thank you. Farming facts. No, thank you. Human connections enrich our lives in countless ways. Interacting with others allow us to gain new perspective, learn from the experience, and develop empathy. Facts. I have great hair or gray hair, but thank you. Either way, thank you. Each person brings their own unique background, thoughts, and emotions, which can challenge our beliefs and broaden our understanding of the world. And indeed. But yeah, man, blue. So your favorite color is black. If you're in control of your consciousness, if that makes sense. How do you know if you're in control of your consciousness? One of the things that when it comes to consciousness, man, one thing that I've learned is to learn to just be still. You don't have to be in control of anything. Being in control is an illusion, right? Being in control is a serious illusion, man. Because we look for control. I think a lot of times, if you learn to sit still and just relax. You realize that a lot of things don't belong to you. You know what I mean? Hey, Kego, how you doing? A lot of we have free will. Facts. Thank you for subscribing. A lot of these things don't belong to you. A lot of things that we carry ain't yours. We're carrying people's belief system. We're carrying their thoughts. We're carrying their feelings. We're carrying their guilt. We're carrying their shame. Do you notice a lot of these things don't belong to us? Seriously. A lot of these things ain't yours. And let me tell you how you know it's not yours. Because it doesn't align to your goals. It doesn't align to your goals. It doesn't align to what you want to be. And if it doesn't align to what you want to be, it's probably not yours. And I want you to understand this right here. A lot of these things that we carry ain't ours. It was given to you and you received it. You took it. You never questioned where it came from. You never questioned the source of it. You never questioned why you have it. You just took it because that's what you knew. You was 5, 6 years old and you downloaded it. You took it in like a sponge. You just received it. And now we are 40, 30, 50, and realizing the goals that you want to meet don't match the things that you have. Is that you have these tools, but you have this thing to put together, but the tools it doesn't fit what you got to put together. So now we're like, oh shoot, this ain't working. like for real. Gang Jaji, I never heard of that person before, but I will look into it. But seriously, so you have to understand. Sometimes you have to see, well, I have this thoughts, I have these beliefs, but it's not what I really, you know what I'm saying? It's not really, got you. It's not really matching what I desire. And this is when you have to learn how to change what you have inside by changing the way how you see life, changing the things that you have been taught, changing the things that you have seen, change the way how you perceive it, change how you, because I'm telling you, a lot of us, we have. So your consciousness, how do you know how to control your consciousness? Sometimes it's not, because consciousness is not to control. It's just what you are. See what I'm saying? It's just what you are. It's just a place of being still. Because when you are conscious, it means that you are completely present. And being present, you ain't got to control anything. Being present, it just means that you are here and I can see, I'm aware of what's going on. If you are aware of what's going on, you can change everything. You can change everything. When you become aware, it's the only time you can change. See, people want to know, hey, how do I help? How do I heal? How do I heal? How do I change? There's no change without awareness. Thank you, every aspires. Thank you. There's no change without awareness. No matter what plans, what 10-step program that you put into place, change only comes with awareness. And many of us are not aware. Many of us are only focused on the outside. I was saying earlier today, consciousness is about going on the inside. Do you remember the story? Thank you, Cole. Do you remember the story about the sun and the moon? About the sun and the moon? The sun god and the moon god? You know, sometimes we come to these places. Let me talk to you for real. Let me talk to you. Listen, a lot of us are troubled. A lot of us are going through our darkness right now. A lot of us are going through our darkness. A lot of us are going through a moment. A lot of us are having moments right now. A lot of us are going through our divorce. Yeah. A lot of us are going through our divorces, our breakups. A lot of us are going through financial issues and all these things. The story about the sun god and the moon god, I want us to know how powerful that is. The sun, you know that there's a season for everything, right? There's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. There's a time when the sun comes out, and there's a time when the moon comes out. And the moon don't fight the sun, and the sun don't fight the moon. They just have their time to shine, right? There's a time when each happen. And let's put the sunlight as the daytime where you can go run your errands, you can walk around, you can talk to your friends, you can hang out, can go outside and play. You can go to the beach. But when it's nighttime, when the things ain't as beautiful as the sun, when it's not as not as beautiful, but when you can't do the same things at nighttime because everything is closed. On the beach, the water is not hot no more, it's not warm anymore. And outside is getting darker. When the moon comes, sometimes it's time to go inside. It's time to go inside, ain't it? When the sun goes down, you remember back in the days for people my age, when those street light comes on, where were you supposed to be? Hey, MDKS. You all remember? You know what I'm talking about? You know, like when the sun goes down, the street light comes on. Where were you supposed to be? You were supposed to be home. Nowhere else besides home. And that's when we know when the moon comes out, or when the moon begin to find your butt home. Listen, we have to use that same concept. Listen, some of us are going to our moon time, our darkness. So some of us, the sun has went down on us. The sun has gone down. And now it's dark. And when it's dark, it is time to go inside. It is time to go inside. And when I say it's time to go inside, it's time to go inside. It's time to go in deeper. It's not time to be scared. It's not time to panic. It's not time to be insecure. It's not time to question things or question why you here. It is time that is a season. That means the sun has went down. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care how high you vibrate. I don't care what religion that you have. I don't care which God you serve. There will always be the sun and the moon. There will always be the time where you can go and do your things and a time where you can go inside. See, the thing is, when it gets dark, nobody wants to go inside. Nobody wants to go inside because when they go inside, you know who they meet? Them. They meet themselves. And when they meet themselves in the dark, they get scared. Imagine if you see a shadow when it's dark, you get scared. You get scared. You don't know. You feel uncomfortable. You get anxious because you are inside with yourself. And when you sit by yourself, you hear all this noise, all these thoughts. You're feeling all these goosebumps. You're feeling all those feelings. These emotions come. Because now, when it's time to go inside, you don't know what to do. So many of you want to stay outside when it's dark, and you cannot stay outside when it's dark. You have to come inside sooner or later. Understand that when it gets dark, it's time to reflect. When it gets dark, it's time to come inside. When it gets dark, it's time to go inside, not deflect, but reflect. See what's going on. Sit with those feelings. Sit with those thoughts and just be present because you cannot go. Listen, it's not the time to go outside and play. The sun has went down. See, many of you can't wait. You spend time waiting for the sun to come back up. So you don't want to sleep. You spend time trying to sleep it off. You spend time being mad at the sun for going down. Instead of taking that time to go inside and take that time when it's dark to be present. So that when the darkness comes, because the sun the sun has to go down. It was supposed to be that way. It was programmed to be that way. As we all rotate around the sun, it is programmed that the sun has to go down. Listen, these things have to come. The rain has to fall. The storm has to come. Everything, this is life. And you have to learn how to just dance with the storm. The storm ain't here to disrupt your life. Energy is waves. It has peaks and valleys and peaks. And when we learn facts, we gotta learn. What you all hate? I hate storms. No, you don't hate the storms. It's just that you haven't built yourself up. That's what it is. The storm. Listen, when your home is strong, like I always talk about the three little pigs. When you build the house of bricks, people say, the storm is coming. Their house is built from straws. They panic. Their house is built from sticks. They panic. When you build your house with the bricks, and you take the time to build your house, you ain't worried about no storm. You don't hate the storm. The storm is your friend. The storm is there to cleanse. This storm is just doing what it does. The storm is just doing what it does. Charlene, we got Miranda, you got somebody else from Alaska in here. How you doing? Charlene, now you and Miranda from Alaska in this room. Miranda, yeah, there you go. When your foundation and body is strong, you can withstand anything. See, every storm puts us on our ass because we're scared. It's not the storm that you hate. You hate the fact that you are not standing firm. So what does it tell you? It means when the sun goes down, what you do, you build you put your roots deeper. You can't run from yourself. Hello, Florence. How you doing? My sister lives in Lake Charles. To learn just to dance with the storm. You don't hate the storm. You just have to build yourself up. Facts. But seriously, facts. Hello from Romania. How you doing? Thank you. You're not prepared. And then you know what though? Look and see when the hurricane season comes. Or look and see when the storm comes. There are some, hey Zion, there are some just looking out their windows about the storm. Listen, when you look out the window, I ain't gonna lie, it looks scary. It looks scary outside, don't it? But when you are in the space of peace, knowing that everything is happening, and everything must come to pass, and everything will happen, you can watch your window and see other houses blown away. Listen, I'm telling you. Thank you, Alina. House blown away, trash cans blown away, roofs going. Your house is sound. But you're looking, but you're not afraid because the way how they built their house is not how you built your house. This is why you have to build this house. Hey, John, what's up? You got to build your house different. Listen, in our day and age, in this time, I'm 40-something years old. Listen, ain't no more fighting. Listen, I'm weak. You hear me? Miranda, you hear me? I'm weak. I'm weak. I don't fight. I don't fuss. I don't complain. I don't argue. You stand up for yourself. For what? They ain't bothering my spirit. I know what I'm supposed to do. Don't worry, I'm good. So you gonna let him cuss you out? Yes. I'm gonna let him cuss me out again? Cuss me out, bro, because I don't want it. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying now I'm conscious. I can avoid you. When things happen, hey, it's beautiful. I play a game with this. You see what I'm saying? I play a game with this, right? I play a game. My game is when things come, let me see how to deal with this. Let me see what I can do. Let me see okay, if I can think this way, can I let my thoughts affect this? Let me just take a moment, 30 minutes to think. Focus my energy, focus my visualization. Let me see what happens afterwards. That helped. Okay, what if I think and did this? Step 1, step 2, step 3. I'm taking notes because I teach, right? I teach. Thank you, Esther. I teach. So I gotta pay attention to everything. I gotta see. Listen, I take notes. Take mental notes. No, I don't have a great memory. I have to write it down. But I teach. And since I teach this, I pay attention to every detail. Because listen, if I can do this way, then when I teach this way, it's more passion. It comes more with more passion. Now, if I can tell you something I read from a book, and I teach it, yeah, I don't like it. This doesn't feel right. Hey, Kimberly, thank you so much. Somebody asks a question. Somebody asks, hey, what did I ask? What do you do if the sun never comes up and it's way too long? We be waiting. The sun comes up. If the sun never comes up, then you got to stop doing what you're doing. If the sun never comes up, stop doing what you're doing. The sun will come up. Change the way how you perceive the sun. The sun's going to come up. Good morning, Vera. The sun always comes up. But if you can't see the sun, come out of your room. Go outside. Go outside of yourself. Seriously. Thank you, Yvonne. The sun always comes up. Listen, see, if you believe the sun never comes up, then you can't see the sun. So even if the sun comes up, you will find a different reason. Or you will look at it a different way. Well, maybe maybe it's a full moon. You see what I'm saying? Because you know when you believe what you're gonna do is according to what you believe. Maybe it's a full moon. Because I'm telling you, many of us have convinced ourselves that our breakthrough is our punishment. Many times our healing just feels like pain. And so we stop. Sometimes, a lot of times, you will convince yourself maybe the moon is just bright. And so we don't want to dance with the moonlight. We will perish through for facts. It's behind the clouds, huh? But it's still there. The sun always comes out. And when you understand it comes out, you don't have to wait for it. Don't wait for the sun to come out. Don't wait for things to get better. Practice being what you're gonna be when it gets better. Let me say this again. Let me say this again, because I think this went over people's head. Don't wait for the sun to come out. Don't wait. Don't wait for things to get better. You got to start living the life that you will live and preparing for the life when it does get better. I can just easily transition. A matter of fact, I will be ready. See, many of you, when things get better, you are still in a place of fight and flight. It doesn't last. If two friends are just trying to pay for one another, the other one pays. Okay, thank you for saying that, man. Many of us, like for instance, many of us want to be married, but we still live in a single life. Well, I'm single, I'm doing the single thing. No, you practice being what you want. You practice being what you want. You practice being what you want so that when you get married, it transitions easily. You don't have to adjust. Many of us don't do that. Many of us wait for the things to pass until we change our feelings. Listen, if you wait for things to pass before you begin to love yourself, before you begin to experience peace, before you begin to experience joy and happiness, you will never get there. You will never get there. Listen. Learn to dance in the rain. Learn to dance in the storm. Learn to not fight the storm anymore. Learn to not fight the storm anymore. There's no fighting necessary. You are like if Kendrick Lamar was an enlightened saint. People tell me I look like Kendrick Lamar. I don't know how, but issues in marriage is a result of single people problem. Yeah, I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you. You have to be that first. People say, hey, Kirk, all joke aside, people, hey, how did you end up being happy like this? How did you end up in this spirit? I practiced it. I didn't become like this when I became free of my problems. I became like this in the middle of my problems because I understand you have to. What if I was free? How would I feel? And I begin to feel it. I begin to experience it. I begin to visualize it. I begin to live in that moment. See, if you wait until the thing come for you so that you can actually appreciate it, it will never come. Because let me tell you one thing that I have learned in this journey of enlightenment. One thing that I have learned is that the inside affects the outside. But if the outside affects the inside, you know what they say? How they say it? You're SOL. You are shit out of luck. Seriously. Because the outside will always outside, don't it? The outside never stops. The outside will always storm. Storm gonna always come. Storm, hey T-Wash, storms don't stop, does it? The wind don't stop picking up. It don't stop raining because you don't like it. It doesn't stop. Life do not stop. Listen, people don't stop being people. People don't stop peopling. Kids don't stop kidding. And your boss don't stop bossing. So I'm telling you, if you waiting for that to stop before I can experience this is your experience. But if you can't experience this on your own, then we have problems. If you cannot experience this, one thing that I've learned in this journey that I always tell people, how can we not be affected from the outside? Here's the thing. The outside will not stop. Sometimes the outside is not your business. See, when I'm in my house, whatever happens outside is not my business until you make it your business. Right, Aquafina? When I'm in my house, whatever happens inside my house is not my business. But if I'm nosy and if I'm, if I want this and if I want that, I go outside and, hey, what you all doing? I make it my business. See, sometimes, here's the thing. Everything that you are partaking in is not your business. But my sister is sick. So let me panic. Let me feel. Somebody, one day I asked somebody, hey, how was your day? Man, I feel so bad that I'm so tired because my sister is sick. Well, that's her day. But how was your day? What do you mean? Well, your sister is your sister. It sounds bad, but it's not bad. Think about it. You cannot always put your life with every other life form. You cannot always put your life to be going through what everybody is going through. Then when is your time to grow? When is your time for happiness? When is your time for joy? When is you being free? One thing that I've learned in this journey is to always separate life from everything else. And you know what life is? I want everybody. I want everybody to take a deep breath. And as you inhale, I want you to realize that you are breathing. As you realize, I want you to take a deep breath and breathe in and out. Now, let's be real. Now that you took a deep breath, if you didn't have that deep breath, if you didn't have that breath, can you have anything else? Can you have a relationship with your family? Can you be sad? Can you be angry? Can you be emotional? Hey, Mr. Fire, if you didn't take that deep breath, if you wasn't able to take that breath right now, can you have a house? Could you have a car? Could you have a partner? Could you eat chicken? Could you eat some hot dogs? Can you eat some cheesecake and cookies? You can't. You can't. If you can always find the breath, you can find where you are. If you can find the breath and always be able to find the breath, I promise you, this life is not as bad as you think it is. Now, we say easier said than done is only because you are addicted to what's going on outside. It's not that, you see, like if I ask you to stop smoking cigarette and say, hey, listen, to stop smoking cigarette, separate yourself from cigarette. You're going to say, oh my God. So you telling me, but that's hard. But it's hard because of your addiction to it. You are addicted to what you think that is real. You are addicted to your illusions. See, many of us are addicted to our own illusions. How do I leave this man? Well, the man already left you. So you have an illusion that you can't break from. It's an illusion that you have going on in your mind. That's why it seems so hard. But this is why this is a practice. After your confidence was wrecked in your first marriage, would you have been able to see yourself differently if that lady hadn't told you to look her in the eyes and said you were handsome? Well, Miranda, yes. That was something I think that was a good point. But because we never know what's for us, right? We never know what's gonna happen. We can't say what could happen, what's supposed to happen, what should have happened, what could have happened. But I think that was a very important part. I think that was a very important part that thank you, Alina, that happened, and I appreciate you doing that. But if it wasn't her, listen, one thing about life don't stop. Life comes. Life comes. Self-worth is taught to us by how others treat us. Not necessarily. It can be. That's for the unconscious person. But I get what you're saying. Self-worth is taught to us by those who others treat us. That can be that is true. I would say that is facts. But I would say for those who understand a different concept, that you have to go. You know what though? To be honest, Miranda, let me ask you a question, right? Think about this question right here. Think about this question. Think about this question. If you were born, hey, Nanny Puffins, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you were born, right? Why are you asking me why do you keep asking me if I believe in God? What does that do for you? What does me believing in God do for you? Or what does me believing or not in God do for you is my question. Because I keep seeing this question. Do you believe in God? I want to know, what does my belief in God or disbelief in God do for you? And if you could answer the question and with a good answer, then I will let you know. Because God is everything, right? If God is everything for you, why is the difference if I believe in it or not? Come on, like be real. If God is everything for you, what's the difference about me believing it or not? If it works for you, then keep doing it. Listen, this is something that we need to understand. It's something that we need to understand, right? You are trying to find, you are trying, you are trying to look to find something to separate us. You can't find nothing to separate us. We are the same being. The same breath you breathe, the same breath you take is the same breath I take. The same creator that created you created me. Or whatever else it was. The same thing you are, I am. Whatever you are, I am. And whatever I am, I promise you that you are. Stop trying to look for separation. You know what I mean? Let's not do this. let's not do it. Do you know what I mean? So, I saw you ask me like 6 times. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? If you believe and it's working for you, keep believing. But if you really believe, you won't keep asking me. Because let's say I believe and you believe, can't you tell? Because if we have the same God in us, can't you tell? I mean, let's be real. This is not me being frustrated. This is me answering that question. If you have the God in you and I have it, can't you tell? It's the same God in you, right? Do you see what I say at Namaste? The God in me bows to the God in you. The God in me acknowledges the God in you. The God in me recognizes the God in you. If you can't recognize me, then you're not with me. So I don't know what you believe, but you believe what you want to believe. It's a beautiful thing. That's why this life is beautiful. That's why it's beautiful. But listen, the God in me recognize the God in you. If you can't recognize the God, ain't that what Christ said? If you can't look at me and see the Father, you are not of him. Ain't that what he said? Thank you, Salsabila. Thank you. Yeah. But seriously, if you can't see my Father in me, then what are you looking at? That's the question. Answer the question. I'm just saying, if you can't see the Father in me, then who are you? What are you really looking at? I'm just saying, man. Hey, Leslie. Hey, I've been there before, UAE. Exactly, Noel. I mean, is it Neil? Facts. No. I didn't lose my cool. This is how I speak. See, you haven't been here long enough. This is how I speak, man. This is how I speak. My cool is permanent. Trust me, if I lost my cool, I would have blocked you. Oh Lord, facts, Georgia, facts. So somebody asks, but no, since you asked the question like 5 times, I wanted to adjust it. I wanted to address it. How can I stop overthinking about my future? Because the future is not real. No. Jeremy said, don't block him, or they're all right. But how do you stop overthinking about the future? Well, it's about the future is not real, right? Hey, respect for sure. But to answer your question, I do believe in God completely. I believe we are a manifestation of God. But seriously, how do you stop overthinking about the future? By doing what you got to do in the present to prepare for the future, because the future is not. The future is really not something that you have. The future does not exist. So if you worry about something that doesn't exist, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That's not respect. Respect for sure. For sure. I'm talking to my children. Well, thank you. So the future don't exist. It's not real. It's not real. You can't feel it. It's not tangible. You can't see it. You can't smell it. The only thing that you can smell or feel or touch is really you, right? You are the real one here. So if you worry about something that doesn't exist, it causes anxiety. It causes you to be anxious. And when you have anxiety, You remember, everything in your life will be based on that platform of anxiety. So your relationships, what you do, what you speak, you're going to be very careful so you won't understand life, right? You won't do life according to the rules. You will do life according to just being precise. So you want to be a perfectionist. See, a person who focuses on the future, right? Um, All right, Starboy. Hey, you be easy, man. A person who is too worried about the future, they cannot be still, right? They cannot be still. They are anxious, but everything that they are doing in life, they have to be perfect. They become perfectionists. They try so hard because if for one moment something don't align with what they desire, they lose it. They lose it. They can't focus. They can't be. They can't allow. And so it causes your life is not happy. Your life is very miserable. You see what I'm saying? Like your life is very, very miserable. So how does one stop overthinking about what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is a beautiful place if it comes. But if it doesn't come, what's different? What changes? You'll worry. When you begin to worry, you begin to worship. When you begin to worry, you begin to worship. Thank you, Sal Salvo. Thank you. When you begin to worry, you worship the problem. So a lot of times you have to understand, what if tomorrow don't come? What's gonna happen? Nothing. Tomorrow will worry about tomorrow will fix itself out. But do you understand something that I repeat on a regular basis to keep me grounded? God provides all my needs. It's about trust. God provides all my needs. God provides all my needs. All my needs are provided. All my needs are met. When God, I take things personal. When the Bible says, I will never leave you or forsake you, I think that's a very strong promise. I think that's a very important promise. And when you rest on that promise, I will never leave you or forsake you. Imagine, just imagine something, right? Just imagine something. Imagine the Creator telling you, "Listen, I ain't going nowhere." I mean, things might happen. You might see things outside of you. You might see things happen to your family, to your friends, to strangers, and you might look and you might be in the illusion of that is real because you don't. It's like death. Right? I said, why do you believe in death? Because I see people go in the grave. No, you see people go in the grave. It's not something that you are doing. The body goes in the grave. But what we really don't know what to believe. But imagine if the Creator says, listen, hey, I got all your needs are met. All your needs are met. I'm here. I'll never forsake you. I will never. Remember when Christ was on the cross and said, why have thou forsaken me? So, sometimes we're going through these things, man. Lord, we feel like it. Boy, listen, I remember when I was in Iraq. Listen, I remember when I was in Iraq, man. I was in Iraq, and Lord, it was 2006. And they had just took Saddam Hussein. And I'm here questioning God, what is going on? Why art thou forsaken me? Why you left me? I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what I did. Because that moment I knew my life was up. I knew my life was finished. I knew in that day because Iraq and Baghdad was just bombing us. They were tearing us that day. They tore us up. Man, I lost so many friends that day. And I didn't come back for a while because even when I was back, listen, even when I was back, I wasn't back. It took me a long time to come back. It took me a long time to come back. Because going through that, I'm like, God, this is not real. This can't be real. You don't know how God, you don't know how, you don't know what faith is until you lost it. You don't know what faith is until you lose it. You have no idea. We don't know what faith is until you're on your knees questioning. See, many of us think that, I'll never lose my faith, but we ain't been through nothing yet. It's not as easy as we say it is, man. Listen, man. Sometimes the things that we face, it's pretty ugly. Sometimes the things that we face. I'm a 5-time combat vet. I've been to combat. I've seen death, and I think that's why I choose to live. This is what I choose to do. People ask me, why are you so happy? You don't understand. Or you always smiling? You don't understand. If I tell you, you won't get it. I can't tell you. You got to find yours yourself. You got to find yours yourself, man. You got to find your reason. And many of us are here complaining about things that we complain about things that really we can fix. Have you ever seen a body split in two? Have you smelled people's flesh before? Have you seen 10 people die at the same time? And I'm sure some people have. Have you questioned God? Seriously? For real? Like are you for real? You can't be serious. God. I remember the time I said, hey God, I'm done with you, man. You ain't real. You can't be real. Like this is not real. It's like how you can see this and you talking about you real. Man, listen, you talking about I suffered for years. Man, Chicago, I suffered for years. Not being able to go outside, not being able to drive, not being able to go in the elevator, not being able to ride in a train or a plane or back of a car, not being able to do this, not being able to do that, not being able to feel safe, not being able to always looking behind me. You know how unsafe that is? You know how crazy that is, man? But I have learned some things though. It's so amazing where the darkest place that you have been buried is many times responsible for your growth. We question what we go through, and we question why we go through it, but we don't see the blossoms in our spirits. We don't see our flowers blooming. We don't see the fruits. We don't see those things because those things take time. Those things take maturity when the time is right, when the season is right. We don't see those things. So we question everything. We're ready to fight and we're ready to argue. We're ready to cry. We're ready to do this. We're ready to do that. We're ready to just say, hey, I can't. Listen, sometimes we have to just be still and sit in your stillness and know that I am here. It looks bad, don't it? Yeah, Miranda. It looks bad, don't it? It looks so bad sometimes. But sometimes what looks bad is really good for you. You ever ate broccoli before? Have you ever compared a piece of broccoli to some French fries with some chili cheese on it? It looks different. It smells different too. But the broccoli is good for you. It's good for your heart. That green is good for your heart. That blood circulation. It is amazing for you. but our feelings and what you what you perceive sometimes is what we believe and is what is our laws. We only believe what we perceive, and that's how what keep us hurt. We have to know, man. We have to know all these things that we're going through is not just. And sometimes we have to see our own cause. Right, faith, I receive my sight. No, broccoli is crossing the line. When your world is upside down, it is dark space. But when you look up, you see the reason and the sun again. It may take years, but you stand it and will set you free. Facts. Kale. I love kale. Listen, I don't know who I'm talking to, right? Oh, music yeah, this is the music all the time. You know, you don't listen, I'm telling you all, man. That, many of us, we have faith, but you know how you know when you don't have faith? Do you know how you can know when you don't have faith? When something happens. Do you worry first? Do you panic? Do you stay in your panic? Do you have anxiety? It doesn't match the frequency of faith, does it? Faith is not just a word, it's a frequency. Thank you, Miranda. Seriously. Faith, wait, which experience, Miranda? Faith is not just something that you do. Faith is faith is a frequency that you are in. And when you are in that frequency, listen, you're gonna see your world look like it's about to fall. You're gonna see the world look like it's about to shake. You're gonna see things happen around you. But when you are in that frequency, you don't just go straight to panic. Okay, Miranda, okay. You don't go straight, you understand, hey, what is trust? Trust is knowing that I am okay and I will be okay. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, man. Listen, trust is, hey, no matter when the storm comes, I'm going to, see, you are worried about the storm. You can put your thoughts in the storm, or you can put your thoughts or your energy into building the self that goes deeper. When the storm comes, you put your root deeper. That's what trees do. Trees go down and up at the same time. They grow in two different positions at the same time. The roots go deeper as they go longer, taller. Understand, man, our roots have to be deeper. We panic and fear too easily. We are too afraid. When you have faith, the frequency of faith is not to always, the question is about you, it's about me. Oh my God, it's me. Why? I don't understand. When you have faith, then you do what you need to do to get to a place where you won't be disturbed. Yeah, man. Oh, thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We just want to go deeper when there's wind straighter than the tree. Ain't that crazy though? Hey, Julia, ain't that deep though? Every time I go outside and I look at my trees, I look at the trees, I don't complain. I stop complaining. And I know you all heard me say this before. Every time I look at the trees outside, I can't complain. When you find yourself complaining, I do two things. Number one, when I find myself complaining, I look at the trees and all the things that the trees go through. And the trees are, I believe, is innocent. The trees don't bother nobody. You know what I mean? They don't bother nobody. They don't piss nobody off. Hey, Tiana, they don't cuss you out. They don't cut you off in traffic. Like they don't come in your way. They're just there. But look at all the things that they go through. Look at all the storm that comes and blow them down. Look at all the leaves fall off every season. Leaves fall off every year. Leaves fall off and people cut them and people cut the branches fall. And look at them. And so when I go through something, when life is happening, I don't even see bad anymore. I stop seeing bad because I don't think it's a bad thing. Some things shapes us. Some things just shapes us in a way how we become better. Hey, Tembi, how you doing? So I'm just saying, I look at the trees. And the second thing is when I'm confused and I don't know what's going on tomorrow, and I think I lose my confidence. You know what I do? Seriously, you know what I do? Because we all experience this life, right? You know what I do? I look up. I look up. It's not that I'm looking for God, right? Not that I'm looking for God, but I'm looking up because what is going on up there? Do I know? Then why am I worried down here? What is going on up there? I have no idea. There's might be rocks and big old, what do you call those things that's floating around in the air? What do you call those things? That's about to collapse in the earth. And when I look up, do I know what I'm seeing? Do I know what I'm looking at? I have no idea. Why do I want to be sure down here? Why do I think that knowing down here is something that I'm going to have? I don't know anything. See, when I look up, I don't know what. Listen, some of you are, how do you build confidence? Well, look up. First, look up. Do you see what's going on? Do you know anything? Those, Miranda, those asteroids and meteoroids. When you look up, Kirk, how do I build confidence? Thank you, Aquafina. Thank you so much. Kirk, how do you build confidence? Look up. What do you see? I don't know. Well, you know what? Don't assume that confidence is knowing something. Confidence is being sure that you don't know anything. See, them people are assuming that they know something. So they feel, yeah. But in all reality, we know nothing. You know how much stuff is going on right now in this world? What do you really know? What do we know? What is it to know? And if you are looking for something, to try to know, I don't know anything. And that's the beautiful part of, so Kirk, how are you, I'm a short, big nose guy. How do you have confidence? Confidence about what? I don't need confidence. It sounds good to have confidence, but if you think about it, confidence isn't you thinking that I have this, I think that I have this, you think I have more than you think I have more than you, so I am confident that I have more, or I know more, or I am bigger, or I am stronger. I'm just comparing. Confidence is about comparison. If you think about it, it's really comparison. If you really think about it, it's more of a comparison thing. I'm comparing, well, you look better. So when I come around you, right? You know what I mean? Your energy just, you kill your own vibe. What if there's no better or worse? What if it just is what it is? No, it's Cornelian. It's Cornelian. One thing that I learned, somebody asked, what happens if you lose faith in a relationship? You don't lose faith in a relationship. You see reality. You don't have to lose faith in a relationship. You see the reality. Somebody's patterns and their behaviors is going to be, that's just what the person is doing. You don't have to lose faith. You can see reality. You don't lose faith in a relationship. You see what's really going on. You see what's really, you just see a reality. Somebody keep cheating, lying, disrespecting you, arguing with you, cussing with you, leaving, don't come back. You don't have to lose faith. What do you lose faith in? Why is faith in that? The faith is, no matter if this is finished or not, my faith is saying, I am okay. I'm going to be okay. That's what the faith is. The faith is not in the relationship, it's in you. Saying, listen, I trust that I will be okay if this don't go. Faith, listen, you see what they are doing. You see their behaviors. You see what they're saying. They're telling you, I'm done with you. They're telling you, I don't want you anymore. They're telling you, what's to lose faith in? Somebody told me the other day, you know, my intuition is telling me that he's cheating. Why? When I see him, he always on his phone. He always on the phone calling somebody. When I come in, he puts his phone down, and I see him. You know, I notice that he dresses differently, and that's not your intuition. That's your common sense. That's not your intuition. That's your common sense. You don't waste your you don't have to use intuition for that. They're giving you all the signs. Conscious. It's conscious. It's my name. Conscious. Conscious. Comes the loss of hope for change. The loss of faith comes afterwards. It's the loss of faith in finding a mate. That's deep. What if she's active? Oh, yeah. Hey, Kofo. You see those questions? What if she's active but isn't texting back? That's not what I do. That's a hard life to live, man. I'm for, listen, like I said, when you hit 40 years old, some things you just, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. When you get to a certain age, you're like, I'd rather get rid of you. I don't want to have those questions. I don't want to have those experiences. I, I, I don't know, man. I just don't see myself. I can't have those. You know, back when I'm 30, 25, I have those problems. You know what I mean? Man, you don't answer your phone. You don't text. I can't. I can't. I can't have them. I just, certain problems I can't have. So it's just certain things listen, certain, I think life is so precious and fragile, and to put life and get energy into those things, I think you're wasting your life. You know what? Can you imagine when God, when as we call it, die, you know, if we die, right? And when your life here is up, let me say, when your life here is up, and God say, hey, what have you done with your life, man? And, especially if your life is being taken right in the middle of saying something foul and disrespectful to your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and you're being rude, and bam, life is. And God say, why did you, what have you done with my life? Because it's not yours, right? You're borrowing it. It's not our life. It's not my life. I am life. I don't have life. I am life, right? Listen, you don't have life. You are life. It's different. It's two different. This ownership and this identity. I am not. I don't have. I am. Because if I have it, I means I gave it to myself. I didn't give it to myself. I took it or I borrowed it. It was given to me. So therefore, I don't, or not given to me. It's me, but yet given to me at the same time. So the thing is, I can't. That's why I don't hold. That's why I can't hold grudges. I can't do grudges. You know what I mean? I can't. Like when that person earlier told me that they took my cool. I don't lose my cool no more, man. I can't. Because what if that moment, and it's not because of fear, but I've died before. Listen, after I got blown up in Iraq, after Iraq tore my butt up, after I got blown up, I still didn't get it. I went to Iraq, I got blown up, I got hit, I got knocked out, did all these things. Knees, back, neck, completely messed up. Yeah, knees, back, and necks. My neck was messed up, anxiety attacks, everything. I still didn't get it. I still did not get it. I didn't get it. I was still doing all the nonsense and, oh, well, F it. But when I got struck by lightning, what? What now? Hold on. What? What's going on? And I think that gave me a wake-up call. What the hell is going on with me? Am I cursed? God, what are you telling me? You know what I mean? And since I died a few times, oh, you good. Oh, I forgive you. No, you fine. Do what you do. Oh, no, you be what? No. You don't have to stop doing that. It's just, you find life after death. And I think that's what we need to understand. You find life. See, some of yours ain't died yet. I think that's what the scriptures were talking about. You find life after death. We don't live first. I think we die first and then life comes. Because no, you good, man. No, you're not offending me. No, I'm not mad. No. You could keep doing what you're doing. No. It's, no. Don't stop. No. You're not offending me at all. You live your life. It's so much. It's so fragile. It can be taken away so easily. So imagine when God calls us home, man. When God calls us home. Hey, Angelique. And, hey, what have you done with my life? Hey, well, man, these people that you gave me in my life, this family, this father that you gave me, this mother that you gave me, this girlfriend or wife or husband that you gave me, man, they got on my nerves. So I couldn't fix myself. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I tried to be silent, I couldn't. Every time I tried to forgive them, they did something again, and I held grudges. Every time I tried to be nice to people, they were mean and ugly. Every time I tried to, Every time I tried to be good to people, they hurt me. You missed the point. Well, give me another chance. Nah. You need another chance. You have, how many years you had? I'm only 85. Well, you had enough time, man. I was numb and dead when I found this channel. Oh, maybe I couldn't receive this message if I hadn't experienced what I did. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm dead. I'm for real. Imagine God, hey, son, what have you done with my life? And it knows. Hey, Mariama, how you doing? You know what I mean? God knows. Adam, where are you? I know where you are, but I want you to tell me where you are. So I need you to know where. See, one of the first things is for you to know where you are. It's for you to know where you are. So when God said, Adam, where art thou? Adam said, I know where you are. I need you to tell me where you are so that you can see. See, sometimes life needs to reveal to us where we are. Seriously, sometimes life needs to reveal to us where we are. So it makes you, hey, say it. What's my name? Say my name. And it makes you, I'm here. Ooh! Finally, now that you acknowledge that you are here, now I can move you. Now I can show you the way. Because you cannot get to point B if you don't know point A. You cannot get to point B if you don't accept your current location. And this is where I am. Hey, Candy. And when I see this is where I am, is the only way to get to. See, some of you, when you know where you are, you get what? Anxious. Number two, you get guilty. Number three, you are ashamed. How many of us are ashamed right now? How many of us are ashamed? I'm telling you, how many facts, Miranda, lack empathy. How many of us are ashamed right now of where we are? Clips of the information, and when you don't get it, he gives you the full message. Ain't that something though? You carry shame, right? Many of us are carrying guilt, so every time we don't want to acknowledge where we are. A lot of us don't want to say where we are until you say, hey, where are you? When he called Adam, Adam hid. You can't hide. you can't hide. You can't hide from it. It's right there. I got you. Adam said, that woman that you gave me. Imagine when God calls us home, wherever home is. What have you done with this life? Hey. You see how people would always want to repeat, I hate people. I can't stand people. I don't like people. People make me sick, make me anxious. Well, you can have all the excuses in this world. You can choose excuses after excuse to be shitty and be angry and be miserable and be holding grudges. Have to work. Yeah. We can all listen. We can all listen. You know, one thing that I realized about this life, we can always find a reason to hold on to some crap, can't we? To be justified in these emotions and these feelings, we can find reasons. One thing that we can do is find reasons, can't we? We all can find reasons to be terrible individuals. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. You can find reasons to hold a grudge. Sometimes these thoughts come to you, bam! I can't stand. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. It's always a reason. But there's an awareness that's in you that we all have. This awareness that says, but if I hold on to this grudge, I release my freedom. Same to you, Angelique. If I hold on to this grudge, I must release my freedom, because now this grudge begin to control how I feel. This grudge begin to control what I do. This grudge begin to control where I go. So awareness says, but I have a reason, but I have a bigger reason to be free. And this is one thing that we have to learn and practice: freedom. Our emotions, the past experiences has a way. It has a way to make us feel trapped. being guilty, ashamed, angry, embarrassed, you name it. I had to come to acceptance. Now my life is changing faster. Facts, 10. Facts. Facts. For every cause, there is an effect, and for every effect, there's a cause. There is always a reason, but sometimes the reason doesn't matter. Listen, when things happen in my life, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. It's good to find, it's good to seek the roots sometimes of it so that you cut the roots. But sometimes things just happen that's out of our control. Things just happen. And I learned that things just happen because sometimes you're in your car. Your car is serviced. Your car is brand new. And you're driving, right? And you are focused on the road and you are focused. You're paying attention. You're not distracted. But here comes someone else. The coffee just spilled on them and bam, they hit you. You did nothing wrong. You didn't break any rules. You stayed in your lane. And now you question. And you're looking for an answer. And you're looking for a reason and for closure. And sometimes I look at the trees and I look outside in the skies. I don't know what's happening out there. I look at the trees and I realize the trees do nothing that I can see that's wrong yet. I always go back to the trees, man. The trees just there giving us oxygen, giving us food. And yet they got chopped down. They get raided every year. Leaves fall off. And that keeps me, hey, sometimes things just happen that you cannot explain, that you will not find understanding for. And instead of looking for understanding, continue your life. Understanding that life is very fragile. At any moment, it can be taken away from you. It can be gone. Don't waste time doing things that you don't like. Don't spend time doing all these things that you can't stand. Don't spend time being around people that angers you or offends you just to hold on to them. Life is too fragile. Your presence is very important. Your presence is very powerful. Everywhere you go, you carry God with you. And therefore, when your presence is not appreciated, learn how to move from that space before you begin to reject your own presence. And many of us are rejecting our own presence. When you reject your presence, the Creator too is also rejected. I want us to know that no matter what's going on, you don't have to assign matching feelings to the outside world. When you begin to match your feelings, when you begin to match those feelings to what's going on the outside, they stay longer. Many of us, our feelings are only dictated by what's happening on the outside. And so the outside never changes, our feelings never change. We stay victims, we stay hurt, we stay sad, we stay angry, we stay resentful because the outside never changes. And all we can do is match outside. And once you put that feeling inside, that feeling happens on the outside too, as within, so without, right? If you give the universe anger, it gives you back the same thing. I had to learn the law of dissonance is very important to have in this spiritual world. The law of dissonance. A part of my journey is understanding the law of dissonance. One thing that I do, people are going to see you going through something and you smiling. Why are you smiling? You shouldn't be smiling. Yes, I should. I should be smiling because I know what I'm seeing. I know what you're seeing, but I cannot allow this, what I'm seeing, my sight, to control my feelings because I know sometimes those things are disguised Those things are disguised as bad situations or bad things. And sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes those things is what shapes us or brings awareness to us. Those things teach us. Those things are the dark times. So I have to learn. What's your IG video on how to know what love is? Which video was that, Miranda? I don't know which video that was. I don't remember which video that was. When did I do that video? Can you tell me? This is what I'm working on, getting it easier. Yeah, Candy. Listen, I'm telling you, sometimes we have to learn that outside is happening, but the inside must happen too, on your terms. Oh, I have short hair. Can you like comment on it so that I can know, so that I can download it? Because I'm not sure which one it is. Because I post so much videos. I make so much videos, Miranda. Yeah, Morocco. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go live maybe tomorrow, and I'm gonna speak of what if I come do a live with about 30 laws so that you can see that these laws are real. These laws in this universe are actually happening. I want to do about 30 of the laws that there's a good bit of laws that's out there. So if you all will like me to bring these laws, because I think these laws help me to define what I experience. These laws help me to understand a lot more. Desires of your heart, indeed. I have a lot of notes, by the way, of these laws that I talk about. See all these laws? These are actually laws. I know when I be saying the law of this and the law of that, you all be thinking like, that's not a law. I never heard that before. Right? But this is all laws, man. The law of activity. It means action is a product of thoughts. The law of denial. When you refuse to deal with a highly emotional issue or take responsibility for one action or for an unpleasant situation, you avoid living up to your potential. Listen, it's so much laws, man. The law of new beginnings, the law of compensation, the law of psychometric influence, the law of totality, the law of dominant desire. You know, the law of dominant desire, the stronger the emotion will always dominate the weaker ones. The law of duality, the law of self-destruction, the law of environmental manifestation, the law of restriction, the law of self-worth, the law of growth, the law of self-truth, the law of, man, listen, there's a lot of laws, man. Yeah, hot corner, what's going on with you? You know what? I haven't found a book where you can read these laws at. I honestly haven't found a book. But yeah, man. But anyways, people, let me get, I was, I do intermittent fasting. I wake up in the morning, I get my kids ready for school. I get dressed to go to the gym. I go to the gym, I come back. I usually make a video and I wait until about 1 to eat. I don't eat until like about 1 o'clock. Now it's almost 2 o'clock. So I gotta eat something. And then I stop eating at 8 o'clock again. I'm trying to cut 10 pounds. I already lost 7 pounds. Thank you, Koala. Thank you. I dropped 7 pounds, so I got 3 more pounds to go. I might go a little bit more. I was doing it for my birthday. I love you too, Aquafina. You all have a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for subscribing. Listen, if you all will, I'm bringing more. Miranda, I saw the stuff that you just sent me. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have a book with it. No, I don't have a book. Thank you so much. Hey, what's it called? Local freestyle. I appreciate you coming, man. Thank you, Miranda. Hey, I have a page that I'm only doing healing. It's called All Things Healing. And that's where I'm going to move these videos to, especially these lives, while they have enough subscribers. So if you can go and subscribe to that one, because I don't want to do more healing stuff or these spiritual stuff on this page anymore. I want to do more relationship on this page and more healing, awakening, spirituality on that page. So it's called, Miranda, yeah. It's called All Things Healing. all what's the underscore things underscore healing. That is my page that I want you to subscribe to. So that's where I can do these videos. Only healing, no relationship, no dating advice, none of those things. No jokes, no funny stuff. Only healing. So because I like to talk, I like to have these discussions. These I think these discussion. Thank you. Yeah, that one right there. This one right here. I don't know if I can pin it. I like to do more of these discussion. Thank you, Leslie. I like it's right there, Terrell. I like these discussion because I think it opens me up more, anyways, and I think people find a different reality or a different perspective. Just a different perspective sometimes is so it's just such a beautiful thing. All right, it still helps with the healing part if you want. Being putting together a list of topics I think are common and will spread, but not addressed. Okay, 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 okay. No funny stuff. The funny stuff is gonna be on this page. I'm gonna still have this page open, but the next one is just about healing. Cause and sometimes, man, I know I talk out of the trash sometimes, and I think I confuse people because I think people don't realize that I am a full blown human. I don't want to be nothing else. So I have my comedic state, and I have my, my spiritual stuff, and then I have my. But I like to be a complete human. But I think I confuse people. I think I confuse people. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want people to be confused anymore. Kirk, I don't understand what you are. I am a lot of things. I think sometimes I gotta make myself laugh, and I make people's laugh. And sometimes I gotta make, I feel. Sometimes I want to bring some awareness. Sometimes I want to talk about relationships. Sometimes I want to just clown. So, I desire. I mean, I desire to do a page with just healing, no jokes, no funny. You know what I'm saying? You can't find it. You know what? I don't know why. Don't come from. That's because people aren't used to human interactions anymore. You're true. You're right. I don't want to. I thought you was conscious. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm not either. You all, it's called All Things. I don't know why you can't find it. All Things Healing. You can't find it. Can't Aquafina. I don't understand why. I'll listen. There's a post, a word post, in my on my channel, on this channel, and it has my. I commented on it from that other page. So click on that name and you go straight to the page. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you, Leslie. You all have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful rest of your day. All right. I will every day in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen, Mustafa. Amen. You all be good. All right. I will see you guys later. Peace.